here now in Fuji Speedway. Today is the R's meeting, which is organized by GT-R magazine. It's a huge gathering of all Skyline GT-R and GT-R owners. It's an annual event held in Fuji Speedway, and there's lots of different shops, parade, things going on. So I'm just here at Fuji Speedway. Thank you for you guys for joining in. So you might find this scene very familiar if you play Gran Turismo or some other games. I'm just going to walk through the tunnel and we shall see what's on the other side. There's some bikes running around the circuit at the moment. Glad you could join me. Low Lambo there. I wonder why he wants to come to a GT-R event. Anyway, here's a view of the most exciting corner. Yeah, so for those of you who just joined, GT-R R's meeting event, and I'm just going to be taking you. I decided to start here so that I can walk through some parts that you will not see in any game. This is how we get to the other side. We have to go through this tunnel. Alright, so bear with me. You'll be able to see. Of course, so my main objective of coming here is to show you guys the new BBL R33 GT-R and mines, and of course the NISMO cars. That's the main interest that I've come here for. Tunnel. And also I might be going for this one, the NISMO Festival on in December 23rd. Too bad the Toyota event has stopped doing that. Of course, as you know, Toyota owns Fuji Speedway. They have before 2005, and they renovated it into its current layout. And so basically it's run by Toyota, and it's, of course, you can rent it for private sessions. And so the GT-R magazine, it's very kindly organized this event because for the fans. So the event is free, amazingly, but you have to pay 1,100 yen to enter the circuit. Even at any time when you come and to enter the circuit, you have to pay 1,100 yen. Should I challenge this? All right. Get my exercise. I've got 1 more hour before the event actually stops. I just talked earlier I met Dino. I met some of the BBL guys, and I saw a lot of YouTubers here today. I saw there's this American guy, bald guy with beard. I don't know what his name is, Tommy something. They're all here. Of course, many foreigners, the GT-R fan visitors. So as we come out of this tunnel, all you JDM and GT-R fans, you're gonna love this. Here we are. So here we are. This is the Mines booth. And the first public showing of the customer already ordered, built by Legends, Skyline GT-R R33. And so there's a couple of things I want to show you in this car, which is quite different from the normal build. Basically, of course, the Mines engine. I'm out of breath. Anyway, usual tuned by Nakayama-san. Only 500 horsepower, but also has a lot of full balancing, which is more important than the actual horsepower figures. Now, a lot of people focus on only power, only paper figures, but the most important thing is, especially when you have a 6-cylinder, is to have all of the pistons, the con rods balanced within 1/100 of a gram of each other. and this is what makes rather already slow revving stock RB26 rev even faster. But I tried the 32 engine at that time. It was exceptionally smooth and linear, and of course putting it in the 33 this time with a better, more stiffer body, well, we expect it to be really responsive. So just kind of look at some of the custom colored parts, very classy finish feel here. The cam head cover, Japanese icons restored to perfection to perform optimally balanced. This is the theme. Now you have the titanium strut bar. This time it's much more classy, finished, very nice piano black. Not just, you know, it doesn't really have to show that it's made of titanium, but it is made of titanium. And there's some other small parts that you have the plaque over here of certification, so you can focus on that. And each engine has a little plaque built by Nakayama-san of Mines, and also the little plaque down here. So, you know, it doesn't look that so-called impressive, but it's meant to be something that looks like stock, almost a bit like a road version of a race car sort of thing. The stock gearbox is there for reliability and also for torque, but it's where the other details you can see here. The bumper is actually made of full carbon fiber, but painted in the body color in areas where it's like it's stock, but the parts that were usually black have been given this nice exposure of green, which is the customer's chosen theme this time. And mine happen to have a green theme carbon fiber parts, so this is the concept. You can really see here that you have the paint, and it's painted over here. This part is carbon fiber, and even on the details down here, you can see the paint only goes up to a certain point just to make it look like a stock bumper. From far you cannot really tell. It's very subtle. That's the way it's meant to be. It's not crazy looking like a lot of these other tune cars out there. It's a mature concept, but this is where you really makes it start feeling what's in the inside. This is where it really makes a big difference. Now, the stock R33 GT-R is known to have a pretty cheap interior. Can't be helped. It's basically a Skyline with, you know, it's not a very high grade car. Especially one of the points in the original car is how the side panel always squeaks. It feels very cheap in the original car. This is one of the bad points of especially in the R33. They solved this problem by putting some extra cushioning in between the door cards. Of course, this is ultra suede and a very nice touch here, embossed, built by legends. Mark, stitching, and Katsu-san told me that this is actually done by the same guys who did the upholstery for the NSX Type R and the not the NSX, but all the Hondas, all the cars, and the two-tone, everything is just given a much higher quality feel. And even the door handles have been upgraded from the cheap black plastic into sort of like a more chrome finish, you know, giving it a higher grade appearance. The squeaks are gone, you know, they tighten everything up, and even the attention has been paid to the carpets, and it's much more you know, thick, more luxurious feel compared to the standard cheap Nissan ones. Looking here also at the dashboard, you can see this just basically ultra suede everywhere, lining just every part where there used to be plastic, leaving the panels on top here still plastic, but you can see it's given a much more European style feel. And the seats working on, I believe these are Recaro SR7s, but also given the full treatment, very nice feel. Don't worry, I'm allowed to touch it, no problem. With the stitching over here, and also the headliner is also all done with the new material, so every inch makes it feel much more premium. Over here we have also high quality leather in the brake handle, the grip, and every part down here as well. And the designer is a very interesting gentleman. He did design all this, so he'll give it a bespoke feel with the Mount Fuji sign, and the shift knob as well. There's a special design. So is the steering wheel. There's new here is the horn button, which is also embossed. Mines and built by legends. Special speedometer. So because everything's rebuilt, it's back to 0000. New meter. I still haven't solved this problem of the old 90s cars that you can't really shut the door in one go. But I believe they've done something with the windows. No, the 32, the windows actually go up. Maybe they haven't fitted that bit in. And let's have a look at what we can see here. The brakes, AP Racing 6-spot calipers, 2-piece, raised wheels. See, it's not too low. This is maximum. This is enough fitment or height. It's the optimum for road holding and good handling, and still has enough stroke to return enough comfort. Don't need something that low. And even if you look at the side, everyone likes to talk a lot about fitment. You look here. This is the maximum. This is enough. This is more than enough. And this is balance for street. You can take it to the circuit, and when you get proper tuners to do the cars, it looks something like this. It doesn't have to be any lower. So you got the mine stripe. This time it's just the stickers for what the customer wanted. That's also besides the so the bumper is carbon fiber. And the bonnet, of course, is carbon fiber, and it has the NACA duct, which is taken from the V-Spec 2 R34. It's painted body color on top to make it look discreet, but also the trunk. The trunk is also new specialized. It's also carbon fiber. You can see the wing here finished in the green, which they already had before. So let me just show you. This. Okay, so it's very light, of course, much lighter because this is also carbon fiber. The issue is that it's so light now that because you have these gas dampers, it's quite hard to close. Here we have, you can see the stock Skyline GT-R R33 has a lot of body reinforcements over the stock car, such as this panel. There's a panel behind here and the strut tower bar that really increases the stiffness over the R32, making it handle much better. So by putting more power, the idea behind built by legends build is to also improve the body but keeping parts of the car stock where it should be stock, and you don't really notice these things until you open the hood of the trunk, right? So it's still body colored here, as you can see, and it's not just cheaply designed carbon fiber parts. All the reinforcement in the original design of the trunk and the hood are all kept and finished in carbon fiber as well to give it rigidity. Otherwise it would just depress. Now the muffler is really a point of automotive work of art. Of course it's full titanium, but you can see how it's not too outrageously big and it's not sort of sticking out. The tip, this is still the normal mine street version. The tip is just finished in the sort of typical titanium bluish finish, but it's curved. It sort of resembles something like a more stock plus alpha sort of thing. I can see they will look very carefully under here. There are also additional, there seems to be additional reinforcements. Little bar over there, it's probably not from stock, but everything's cleaned up. Let's have a look under here. You can see the blue body finish, and of course, with a car worth over 33 million yen, and priced. Everything's just cleaned up to perfection. This is, well, the whole concept of the whole build by Legends, to make everything as new, and to have it done perfectly. And the bodywork is done here by Garage Yoshida, which is right across the street. Hi, Yoshida-san. Hi. You're watching? You're watching me? Yeah. Well, I talked to you last time. Yeah. Do you have some time?
Yeah.
Please tell me about the next body for Build by Legends. This is Yoshida-san. He's the man responsible for fantastic body work, restoring GTR body. ありがとうございます。日本語でもいいんです。私が英語で説明するんで、はい。
このコンセプトです。
そうですね。なんかhow to restore Skyline GT-R body。
もうこちらの車はもう BBL さんの3号車なんで、同じく白波パールホワイトとこれもオリジナルカラーで作った紺色のツートンです。こ
れが吉田さんのオリジナルの。
そうですね。BBL さんと打ち合わせしてこんな色でっていうので、して作ったオリジナルの。
So this is the body that will be for the next BBL project, R34, pearl white. But this part here is very interesting. He says that it's a sort of navy blue matte finish for the inside, and it's decided after a discussion with the BBL guys.
うちのオリジナルのストラットパネルキットですね。これをここにインサイトしてますよ。
Now the Skyline GT-R 32, 33, 34.
This strut panel are 33.
Yeah.
34.
Yes. Yeah. It's weak point, right?
Yeah. Strong. Brand new material.
Yeah.
High tension.
Oh. So because the original cars have a problem with rusting, especially with the sandwich face. Later we can see that. But this is Yoshida-san's original strengthened, reinforced part. And basically, if the strut part, this part is rotted up, you can buy it and weld it in.
Yes.
And it really level up.
Yes.
So much stronger than normal car. How many percent? 100.
Maybe
20% stronger for the strut mounting. Very important. Even in WRC and rally cars, we usually make this part stronger and stiffer so that the body can withhold the shocks. And rather than also concentrating on the body, the strut mounting points are extremely important. Skyline GT-R is, a heavy car, but it also can benefit from stronger strut mounters, especially when you see in the rear here, in order to, make it balance when you have a lot of power. Balance power, yes ね。すいません。はい。続けてください。はい。あとは
もう対後部のスポットウェルディングを増やしてるっていう状態ですね。こっちですね。これがスタンダードで、これがうちで売ってるやつですね。後からスタンダードがこれです。で、うちが売ってるのがこれです。
これがスタンダードですよね。
そうです。
So all of the openings in a car, such as the window 3/4 openings, the door openings, by increasing the number of spot welds. So this is the standard positions of the normal spot welds, and they increased it within a certain pitch in order to have the, it's a sandwich plate. So by increasing the number of spot welds, you can increase the rigidity of the contact parts, and this contributes to overall structural rigidity, which helps with bending rigidity. Also the same trick used in a factory by cars like the Lancer Evolution, for example. And on rally cars, we also do that. So そもそもスカイライン GT-R のこのスポットウェルドに関しては足りないですかね。
おっしゃるようにランサーエボリューションとかプレッサーとかはもっと多いですね。ですので少ないかなっていうところあるんで。はい。なるほどですね。
やはりこうドアのギャップが2ドアクーペがね、フローが長いの分あるから、圧倒的に開口が大きくなるんですよね。結構効果が大きいですね。あとは古いボディシェル、例えばサビがあるところに、また新車みたいなプロセス、ディッピングとかしてますよね。それをちょっと説明をご覧いただけますか。
うちの工場では一度、古い塗装全部、 剥がして、
うん
それベアメタルの状態に戻してから、
はい
再度、カチオン電着、本当にディップする状態
お
塗料のプールに入れて電気的に溶着させて200度の温度で焼き上げるっていう新車と同じ製造ラインの再工程をもう一度やるっていうのを行って
これはもう普通のボディショップはできないことですね。
それは次 BBL の4号車でやりますので
4号車。
はい、見ていただければ。
Oh, すごいすごい。So, it's not only just restoring the body by stripping up all the paint, covering all the rust spots. Yoshida Garage does a process that's the same as when the car is new, made in the factory. So basically, they will dip the car into a pool for electrolyzation and to restore the process of the body coating in order to make it also like the same condition as a new car. So basically, the body is like a new car.
Yeah.
Similar to NISMO full restore. Very
も同じことやってます。
similar, ne?
はい。
Very, very similar. So it's good to know that not only, of course, NISMO being connected to Nissan can do that, but a very experienced aftermarket body shop such as Garage Yoshida is able to do the same process. This is why the price or the money going into one of the BBL cars, it's not just you buy a body, you put some parts, give it so much horsepower, paint it with nice paint, put some nice stickers and call it a day. No, it's from the inside. It's from parts that you would not normally see, and this is the only chance that you can see. We call this a body in white, where you have the body shell without the panels, without the doors, without transmission, engine, everything, and every part of it has been looked through and of course processed. You can check out on Garage Yoshida's Instagram page. Also, BBL uploads it, and also, he fixes a lot of the weak points of the Skyline body. Now, it's not to say that the R34 body is weak. It's actually much stronger than 32 and 33. But there's a lot that can be done to it when you put a lot of torque and a lot of power. So this is also the concept. But I believe also, Yoshida-san, Skyline GT-R のオーナーね、世界にもすごい人気なので、ただフルリストに関しては、なんて言うんだろう、もう新車みたいのリフレッシュのみのメニューだったら、ボディ強化とかまでいらないですか？
そうですね、もうスタンダードな状態で乗るんならそこまでいらないと思います。
はいはい。
ここまで BBL さんのとかはレストモッドなんで、よりハイパワーなエンジンに合わせたボディやりチャシやり。
これって最初からユースドカーがガラージに入って出来上がるまではどのぐらいかかるんですか
？1台だけでやるんなら3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
Bro, so used car comes into the garage, remove all the parts. Body in white, electrolyzation, restore, about 3 months. Then if BBL spec with body reinforcement だったらどのぐらいですか？
倍ですね。
Double ね。
はい。
So plus all the body reinforcement, it's about 6 months lead time. And もう仕事いっぱいね。He's got so many back orders. More 3 years back.
Yeah, I'm busy.
You're very busy. Yeah. The shop is located in Naraken, where there's a lot of deers. Very happy to have you here in Kanagawa today. Just, can you explain and show us about the このストラットマウント？よくなぜスカイラインのボディこれよくなるんでしょうか？
良くなる。
ほら、oh my god. So guys, when you buy cheap Skyline from auction, this happened.
Yeah, standard is sealing is engine room inside only.
Right.
Outside is no seal. From tires line.
Yeah.
Pick up line motor is.
Wait. So from the factory, of course, it's a sandwich plate. Nissan put the sealing here,
but inside only.
Only inside, but no sealing. No sealing here. So all the water goes in.
Yes, front tire で巻き上げた水がここに。
But the front tire kicks up the water and it goes in here after years. Inside starts to rust, and then you get.
Yeah. Yeah, many big rusty.
That's pure hard coffee.
だからうちの車2台ともシーリングを
Right.
入れて。
So this is the original piece that you designed. The metal
Yep.
is stronger than stock.
Yeah, high tension.
High tension, new generation high tension steel. And this is a set.
Yep.
People can buy,
Yep.
and maybe in America or other countries more. No problem. They can do it by themselves. So this is, well, for set left and right, 300,000 yen.
Yep.
300,000.
Today's only.
Today's special price.
Yeah. Standard cost.
Oh. Now, 300,000 yen seems very expensive. But you got to remember that this is a huge improvement over the normal industry standard of Nissan parts, but with also an important component because it's designed in exactly the same way. You can see it right here. It's exactly the same as the standard Nissan parts. And to make something like this that is, you can just put it into a normal car with this kind of basic, nice, just fitting in, but it's much stronger. 300,000 is really not. It's in the world of tuning. This is quite normal, actually. Yeah. Oh, hi, the BBL guys. Say hi. This is Katsan, the design Yoshida, and Masa. Long time no see, mate. Long time no see. Kyoko-san. Nice to meet you, all these guys. They're the men responsible for the BBL cars. We've got the next project coming up, R34. Very excited to see. Everyone's really, just like cheering us on. It's really cool. I want to ask you guys a question. So, no, actually, has anyone got a question here? What is built by legends in one sentence? If we can explain in one sentence what it is that's different from other sort of like resto mods.
In one sentence?
Yeah. In one sentence.
No, I mean this is a dream car for us building with the legends, and it's all about building the best car with the best people and trying to do better, trying to improve every time on each car.
Built by the legends. Actually, it's self-explanatory, guys. So yeah, because a lot of people ask what exactly it is, what is it different. But I think in the engine bay there is a wordings on the engine bay cover, and that explains it. Built to perfection, and that's very simple. So I hope you guys got the concept, and you'll be seeing a lot more of their cars very soon. And there's also a lot of parts here. For example, this is the spare tire material improved, and also I spotted already inside here, you can see that it's not just the body, but they've also concentrated on improving the sound and insulation, replacing the original parts which obviously would have worn out in the standard cars. And so these are things that get very much overlooked when people do car restoration. This is something that maybe it's not within the capabilities of a lot of people to get the specifications to maybe remake the same shape or the same material is very difficult. So this is where the huge difference is and where a lot of the cost goes into. It's the same for the BBL Civic that is being done, and you can see here there are extra steps that are done which is very different from a stock car. So such as this blue undercoat painting done inside, the wheel housing, and just even visually when you look through the wheel gaps, and you can see, okay, this is a little bit different.
Something like that.
Now I just want to point out something about the 34 Skyline bodies, which is something that many people don't realize. The difference between the 33 and the 34, there's already a lot of improvements in the body rigidity, which is even for the standard 25 GT model. Nissan, when they marketed the 34, they called it the driving body, and that was the base was already much stiffer, almost equal to the Skyline GT-R 33. Now the 34 GT-R, they improved this a lot more by adding, you can't see it here, but usually there will be a huge plate behind, which actually adds a lot of weight. The Nissan method for doing that added a lot of weight over the center. They didn't use the same method like Mitsubishi did, like putting more spot welds, which is why Yoshida-san put more spot welds on the door openings, for example, and strengthening areas where it would receive a lot of shock, like the strut toe mounts. Now, I just wanted to have a look at the rear bulkhead. Already you can see that, of course, it's a sedan type body. Of course, it's two-door coupe, but it's got a rear bulkhead over here. So you have a lot of strength already from these parts on the inside. And まだよ。And here is where the plate goes in, and it strengthens the strut towers on the inside here. But it's a little different from other cars because the strut towers are mounted very high. You got a little area inside here, and already supported by but yet to accept 500 kilograms of torque, even more work has to be done, simply because it's an old 90s design, and there are limitations. The base platform of the floor still comes from the 32, of course, upgraded a lot for the 33. So by this time, by the 34 GTR's time, the body stiffness was at last sufficient to give it very sharp handling, maybe compared even like to the 80 Supra, which had much superior body rigidity in the 33 era. It's something that Toyota bodies they're much stronger. But here we can see also the inside frame, for example, very different from modern cars because you can see it's more thin. This is 90s design, and another area which is also important for improvement is the gusset area, the point where the A pillar joins the front part of the body, the front forward extension, and the A pillar going down here. Sometimes a lot of older 90 cars, they don't have a strong section. Now this is actually just a sort of thin plate, so a lot of tuning is done by adding a crossbar over here, diagonal bar, and here on the Skyline body there is already a lot of press points, so maybe increasing spot welding over here will also improve it quite a lot. Fortunately, the base has a lot of potential that it can be worked on, and this is just a good example of seeing how you can improve the body. Like we see here the blue ones finish in the Bayside blue, which is very popular, of course. It kind of looks like World Rally blue to me, to be honest, like Subaru blue. Looks the same, right? How can I get up? So you see a different impression from the blue and the white cars, but this one has some of the parts fitted in, like the headlights. Wow, who's that? Woo! Yes, yeah, and yeah. So we're respraying it completely with the electrolysis process. It's quite amazing. It's just like a new car, Okay, so that's the main points that I wanted to show you guys. Let's go over to the NISMO side, the NISMO Club Spec race car. I was very interested in that because it's an official thing. I'll just pass by these other tuners so you can just have a look. I know nothing much about them. There's too much to cover. I won't go through all this. I'm sorry about that. I only want to concentrate on the NISMO, the BBL, and Heinz. Whose car is this? Oh, some fancy stickers on the side, hey? Okay. Suggestion was here earlier on as well. A little interview. Here we got Craft S, Super GT car. Super GT 500, more chill. Of course, Craft Sports is another pro shop, which is very famous, I think. Well, they're all famous now anyway. They're all famous. Alright, so here is Omori factory, which is the official NISMO tuner. And what we're getting in a similar way, more official way, so the build by legends, you can consider them working, as Masa-san explained, working with the best in the tuning industry. But NISMO is where it's all official. So let's have a look. So this is what they call the Clubman Race Spec. The Clubman Race Spec with the new body color, dark gray. and it just has NISMO, everything, all these NISMO parts. Engine, R3, titanium, exhaust, carbon intake, carbon this, carbon that, carbon blah, 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 LSD, the whole menu, basically. But this time the setting is, even though they call it Clubman Race Spec, there's some new stuff here. I'm not too sure exactly what are the new parts. You have the engine cover, it says R3, so this is the next generation. They started with R1 over 20 years ago. And these are stuff that you can buy in the catalog, like this very expensive carbon fiber intake to replace the stock ones. And I think this is new as well. This intake. See how airboxes are always kept. This is very important. The stock airbox is kept, but parts around it can be improved, like the intake hoses and intake ducts. So, hi, mate. You're finally here. Sorry. This is my friend's Capclo and his wife. When you guys came late. Sorry, I was just walking around. Yeah. This is very interesting. I'm just trying to look at the design of this. Very typically you will have the intake feed coming to the front, but this one just takes air coming in from maybe this area. But the inside over here, let's have a look at that. Looks like it has a larger aperture area, and it's got a venturi effect forcing air into the stock airbox, probably to feed. This is probably like 450 horsepower with the R3 spec, right? But very classy finish on the. Yeah, it's gray. It's not red. It's not red. It's not gold. Don't you agree? Gray is the new classy feel for this. I like it. Gunmetal gray. This is nice. Polish. GTR の中でね。GTR の中でね。
Yeah, stone gray.
Stone gray. Yeah, stone gray. Here you got the titanium strut bar. I've always said how Skyline GTRs do need a really hefty big strut bar in order to make it effective. You can't just have a small thin one. But this is titanium. Of course, it's very expensive. Yep. That's the problem. Skyline GTR now is a Japanese supercar. It's no longer a car that can be approached by normal casual car enthusiasts. It's just way at the price of like Ferrari or something like this. So here's the opening of the 34 style. This is a little bit different. I think it's missing the intake part. This is R4 spec, so it's a little bit different. So the R3, the R4. I don't know what really the difference is. Sorry, I'm not a NISMO expert. But yeah, we have the same kind of Clubman race spec. R35, yes, newer generation. Of course, you have the S1 engine. This is also an in-house tune, fully balanced block. Obviously, all the usual, racecraft derived experience and all of the know-how that they're taking from Super GT, and they give it to the customer by selling complete engines and also overhaul engines, which you can buy as a complete engine and put it into any GT that you own. So for the 35 VR38 DETT, they have 2 or 3 specs, and the S1 is the street. S is for street, R is like for a circuit race spec, and so this is a bit different depending on the tune. So yeah, carbon fiber. 久しぶりです。ちょっとね。ちょっと聞きたいんですけど、今回この R4 なんだけれども、R4 と R3 違いは何でしょうか
？R3 は 2.6 リッターです。
R3 は 2.6 リッター。OK。
R4 は 2.8 リッターです。
OK。これがニュースペックですね。
ニュースペック、はい。
R4 はいつ出たんですか？
R4 と R3 は同じタイミングで去年出てます。
So R3 and R4, as this manager explained, came out last year. The R3 that's on the R33 is 2.6 liter original spec. R4 is a 2.8 liter spec. How much torque トルクはどのくらい？
トルクはいくつだったかな、交渉いくつだったかな、でも今ね、馬力とか交渉してないんですよ、その出力だけなんですかね、先走っちゃって、いろいろトライを使ってるので、基本的には出力とかトルクは交渉してないんですけど、いくつだったかな、まあまあがいいと思います。
まあ400ぐらい前みたいな、500ぐらい。
うちの測り方で、R3 が400いくつだったら460とか。
Oh, R3 about 460. R4 is
470ちょいぐらい。
470 horsepower ね。
基本的に出力を上げるんじゃなくて、
Yes.
トルクを上げる、全体的に上げてるので。
Right. だからそれが、まあ、今までのこうチューニング、セルフチューニングっていうのと違うんで、全体的にカーブがアップすると運転しやすいですよね。
全体的に、ちょっと待ってね。
So, I didn't ask him how much power, but anyway, I asked just for the interest of people. 470 horsepower, 430 horsepower is not impressive at all in today's world of expectation of 600, 1,000 horsepower. That's not the point. The point of NISMO's engine, like I said before, because of the fine tuning and balancing of the internals, is to give more smoothness, and it raises the torque and the power, the whole curve evenly to give it better response. The original engine, like I said, it's a bit lethargic if you drive it. And with the 6 cylinders, you need to have it balanced even though it's all about improving the response and improving the way the torque is delivered. It's not about torque figures or power figures. You can see here, the green is the normal, height, and reflection okay, and R2, R3, and R4 all have the same concept, but the torque is much thicker, much meatier, and it also comes on. Most impressive. ちょっとフラットになってますよね。
そうです。
今までの
下からここのトルクが、なんだろう、出力をトルク出して全体的なフラットトルクを上げてるみたいな。
まあショートストロークの弱いところにもうもうこう
そうですね。で、もう
出力に
全体的にトルク上げることによって。下も使いやすく上も伸びるエンジンにしてるって感じですね。
もう両達のポイントにされるね。So this is the difference in NISMO tuning is that torque and the response comes up earlier, but it also can keep the power until high revs. Of course, RB26, one of the points that it can rev to 8,000 up. It's built as a racing design engine, and it basically erases the weaknesses of the stock engine by having that the stock engine doesn't have a lot of torque below. Now, interesting because this sort of tuning, even that it's not using VVT, no VCAM Pro, on the old style, but improving the old style with sort of new technology, new processes, well, almost new technology, but just a more refinement. Fantastic. Thank you so much. ありがとうございます。またね。来ましたね。ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。Also the last one is R32. This is the whole set. 33, 34, 35, and not forgetting the 32. All these are also new colors. The new NISMO colors is like this sort of dark gray. You cannot really see. This is not the normal gunmetal gray. It's a bit more shiny. これさ、この色ノーマルの 32GTR のグレーと違うね。これもっと明るいかな。
I don't know. Of course, I don't know.
Don't know? I think it's more 32's airbox. This is really wow. It's well designed. Look at that. The airbox, full carbon fiber with spring-loaded catches, and looks, suited for. It's like a high version upgrade of the stock airbox, which is metal, and they've made special parts for each of the different cars. So the S2, like he explains, the older version, but of course the whole body, everything is restored in the same process like how Yoshida factory does, but of course they have the Nissan process. It's also 33 million yen supercar price. So at the end of the day, the question is, do you want to buy you still want to buy one of these, or do you want to buy a a luxury car like a Rolls Royce, or do you want to buy a Ferrari or a Porsche? How much do you love one of these things enough to spend that kind of money, you know? This is where the GTR has become so much out of the reach of normal car enthusiasts that it's just, I don't know whether you would even consider that. Anyway, here's the new Fairlane PZ in the Wangan Blue, I think. Some on the road already, I think, by Nissan officials. I see them driving it around, and just want to see more on the road, and would love to have a test drive. I'll probably arrange for one. We have here the, I think 2 years ago came out the NISMO, just the normal NISMO, with the, not grey? Tarmac grey? Forgot. Special edition. This is the special edition, with the tarmac grey. I don't know, I forgot. Yeah. Stealth grey, sorry, stealth grey. With exposed carbon fiber bonnet and everything. You still can buy one. Amazing. Been selling it for so many years. And I like this one. This is Kunimitsu Takahashi's original race car, Hakosuka GT-R from back in the 70s that made him basically a legend. Lights are not used, so for lightweight. Has his signature inside on the seats, as you can see here. PNCS Prince Motor service, the original. Yep. It's a jar. Team Kunimitsu Racing on the Skyline. This is a racing legend. I don't care. It's done. And here we have a 2-digit number plate R32 V-Spec 2. No, it's just upgraded with a stock 34 turbo brakes. This has very nice interior, NISMO seats, NISMO steering wheel. So there's a reason why these are here. They're the Nissan official NISMO cars for display. This is probably just a nice restored version. And we have the T-Spec, which is the latest tune. Tsuchiya-san was also talking about the T-Spec earlier on, that it's a final spec version that you don't need to tune and don't need to add any more parts and any more power. It's very, very balanced as it is for the street and also for a bit of circuit. Alright, anyway, just gonna go around, see what we have here. We've got Kansai service. We saw them at the auto salon. They're here as well. Over here is, I don't know what this is, to be honest. It says here, endless total. I'm just showing you guys around. I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about cars that I don't know. Oh, look at this. Legendary drag race car, HKS. Old colors. I don't think I've ever seen this up close. Let's have a look at it. Group A. It's now brake single lock nut. This is the proper AP racing brake calipers. Can't really see it. It's too dark. Nande. The Group A side exhausts on here. You have the, of course, the air jack system. Race car also. Yeah, history piece right here. Those of you who know and appreciate this historic race car, still running, in good condition. It's like Evangelion, right? Some HKS parts. Crankshaft. Of course, HKS makes a lot of parts for that's just for the VR30, I think. Conrods, HB type conrods, forged pistons, the usual stuff for upgrading. They have their 3 liter. Oh, 3 liter. 3 liter. Oh my goodness. Not 2.3 liter. So what's bore and stroke right here? 3 liter is 87 bore, 84 stroke. Huh, that's interesting. 9,000 RPM. 9,000 RPM. This is something I'm going to study next. How do they do this? Look at this 3-liter kit. 3-liter kit. Look at that. 9,000 RPM. Shiny metal bits.
Shiny metal bits.
Shiny metal
Shiny
bits.
metal bits.
Shiny metal bits that make your car go faster somehow. It's magic.
Yeah, this underscores the whole show here.
Yes, right.
Shiny metal bits.
Shiny metal. Everything is shiny metal.
bits.
Shiny metal
It's all
bits.
about that.
Intricately, highly engineered shiny metal bits that go make your car go faster. That's how I
Make your car go.
yeah, that's tuning. which you don't need, actually. You don't actually really need. You don't really need it because there's no objective for it. You're gonna go that side?
We're off.
You're off? Okay, I'll catch you guys later.
All right.
Thanks,
see you
man.
later.
All right. Sorry. Alrighty, you guys take care, right? Yes, I was saying, it's not something you always need. It's always race for power and, I've got so much horsepower. Most people don't really use it. They don't need to have that because you can't really handle a lot of power on the street if you just even drive on the street normally. This is super interesting. Hey, this is very interesting to me. Look at this, a rare chance to see a what the hell? Wait,
ジャパニーズキャラバン
ちょっと待って。RB26 engine, bell housing, propeller shaft, carbon propeller shaft, okay. Yeah. Transaxle. So this is R35 mission swapped into a
from
34 to 34. Oh, okay, better balance for 650 horsepower. Okay, usual high horsepower. But this is interesting. Using the GR6, GR8 gearbox with customized mountings to put it in the rear. Where are they going to find a space?
ちっちゃくない？
これすごいね。Sample. Just sample. This is really interesting. Another, mixing of a newer, better, supposedly better in this case, technology with older cars. So 34 with transaxle from the you can see it here the main shaft that goes to the rear, and then the one that comes back to the front to give it its all-wheel drive down here. Okay, this is crewage. Interesting. どこ？Many people leaving. Okay, I'm going to sign off very soon because I think I've mainly covered what I want to cover. I don't really know much about the rest, and to be honest, I'm not really interested at all. So, okay, guys, thank you very much for joining in. I don't have much battery, so I can't continue. They're wrapping up the show already. So I'll talk to you guys next time. I'll save the live so you guys can watch it again. Okay? Cheers.